Pressure 1 to control. I'm check with the zero. Pressure 1 remaining clear to control. Yeah, thank you. Can we have an update on 104, please? Control 104, waiting on that wheel. Thank you.
The Taupo 1000 takes an enormous amount of organising, and there are countless dedicated people working behind the scenes to make the event happen.
It's sort of taken 12 months to put together. A lot of planning's gone into it with a big team behind me. But at this stage, you do it for a club, and that's what we do. We love the sport. We're all petrol heads. We've got people all specialised in their own fields. But I've got Paul Sutton, which is responsible for the track. He's got all the GPS gear. He knows what competitors want. I've got Comms for You with Shane Wilson, which has done all your TV screens and monitors. That's his specialty. All these people, Colin Humphreys, working with sponsors and being my right-hand man. Without those guys, one person cannot put something like this together. So I got to take my hat off because I can't say anymore. They're just so great.
Australia's Tom Dixon qualified in pole position for the 2009 event, setting a blistering pace on Friday afternoon.
Can't ask for a better start than qualifying first. It's going to be hard to be the first car out, wiping the mud off the surface. The biggest enemy you got is whether or not your car's going to hold up for it. So pretty much drive through today and then race tomorrow.
We've always said that the first lap guys drive with your brains, finish it, pick up a little bit of speed on the second lap until you feel comfortable, and then go. These guys have got a 53-kilometre lap, which is of all sorts of terrain. We've had a lot of rain during the night, so these guys are going to have to, first of all, deal with the weather we got today. They've got to deal with the mud that's going to come through some of those forest tracks. They've got hard pumice base, a lot of water out there, so they're going to get wet, they're going to get cold. That's just the driver. Then we got the cars, and these cars have been prepped, and some of them are real impressive. But hey, it is mechanical. You overdrive it, and you'll lose that car.
Endless hours are poured into prepping vehicles for this event, but even late nights making sure every detail and scenario is accounted for sometimes just isn't enough.
Came a bit wide on the jump and clipped the bank as we went and endowed and rolled it and twice was it?
Second on the grid. 5 cylinders, 4 kilometres into it, and we still managed to take first for a length. It appears that I've run boost through it and hold a piston or possibly drop the conrod. The engine's very highly strung, and we were always sort of on the limit of the horsepower that engine can develop at 520 horsepower at the wheels.
We've had to shut the race down. We've got a vehicle that has been involved in an incident. We don't know how bad. We're just waiting for our safety one. Paul Sutton is racing there now. We should be getting an answer very shortly.
That answer was that the big red Dodge had come to grief in one of the narrow treed sections of the track, blocking the rest of the field. Once the heavy vehicle was safely removed, the race was restarted, with front-running teams mixed in with some of the tail-enders. This proved to showcase some fierce driving and lots of overtaking. After setting the pace early on, two of the Australian teams, 119 and 139, were opening up a nice lead on the pack. However, the gruelling terrain was taking its toll, and by the finish of racing Saturday, they would be well down in the field. Tom Dixon would have to contend with steering and suspension issues, while overheating and overfueling in the 119 car would eventually see them out of the event.
The track's getting rough, it's going to get harder to do quick laps as each lap goes on, but we'll be out there to keep the pace up hopefully.
Because of the earlier incident with the Dodge, the day's racing was extended till 3:30 p.m. and stopped after 9 laps, leaving 10 more to be completed during Sunday's racing.